Hi.
Anke.
Hi. I'm so happy to have you here. It's amazing that we are starting this together. It's our first episode in this journey. We called it our hero's journey. Was it with? It was with the influence that we both read Robert Dilts and Stephen Gallagher's The Hero's Journey, and we were so impressed but by what we read there and the exercise, and we both believe that we are on our hero's journeys every day, every single day, with the decisions that we make and with all that we are living. It doesn't have to be somewhere here, but it is in us every day. So welcome. It's amazing to have you here.
I can see that and I can feel that. It's so wonderful talking to you open-minded. We have the same goal to become coach. For me, it's also to be a trainer and speaker in that field. And how to do that, that's actually not how to think in life. It's some journey that develops. So I'm so happy to have a peer I can discuss and share and speak about that. And by sharing that to you, it's wonderful because I get so much back. And then having the idea to bring, what if we bring that open out in the world? Because you only see results when you look like a coach. And how have you done that? Oh, actually, I don't know. But when we share what's really there, what's our boundaries, our fears, vulnerabilities, but also successes and momentum we attract. It's really being an open book, and I'm so happy that you're such an open book to create something for the purpose to show the full of it.
Yes. And this is what brought us together. We have to be honest. We did it a couple of times. I mean, many times before. Because somewhere in January, we started having these conversations. Like, we are on the same level as coaches.
Yeah.
We started our journey as becoming a coach. And we had this one, I think once a week or once 2 weeks, we met and we shared where we are, what were struggles, what resources are we, hooked up on right now, what books are we reading. We shared, insights from our mentors, and they were such valuable discussions, and I took a lot from them. And it was like my space to go and be vulnerable on this journey of becoming a coach.
Absolutely.
And at some point we were like, why don't we share this? Let's have these conversations where we are so, honest with our journeys and who we are, and share it with the world, because I believe there are many other people out there who need this kind of honesty and support. It's never, it's comparing to somebody who succeeded, and you see a master, and you it's kind of hard to see their journey there.
Yeah.
So we are, and I'm talking for both of us, but I think you share this. We are brave in this moment for sharing who we are and every single step that we are taking in order to master this thing that we have as passion inside us.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited. It's so interesting that we know each other for more than 3 years now. And when we first met in Portugal at this seminar, we had these conversations about vulnerability first. And then we talked open-minded out of love, presence, and service. And we noticed that we are on the same frequency. So we kept in touch after that. Then we met in Vienna a year ago. We had this dinner, this conversation. I was like, wow, Anke is so exciting. She has so many things. Like this conversation was like magical. Like so much to share. And now things got more manifested, and we sit more frequently together. We share more frequently. And it's also such interesting what we have in common and what differences we have. And for example, our mentors, while you learned from Stephen Gilligan, I learned a lot from Robert Dilts, and I'm very much into NLP, neuro linguistic programming, and you're more on a on a present, unconscious point of view, and it's so how that accomplish us,
Yeah.
and as our mentors kind of have a partnership, we have a partnership,
Yeah.
and it's so interesting, like to get something generative, like something that was never there before, because other people have their own journey and their own biography, and perhaps it's something more completed, and this is for sharing for an audience what's the incomplete thing, as we often say it must be the way which is the goal, like this, enjoying these single steps to go there. Because what if you are there? You have coach on your card, you have coach on your office, but what is it? What is the drive? What brings you there? And that is exactly what happens between us now.
And I love that we open up to all the stages that we are, on these journeys, because this is our what we want to create with these videos together is whatever we feel like, whatever struggles or whatever great moments we have on this moment, share it. Like, it's part of the journey, not to be perfect, but to have little steps that you take all the time.
Absolutely. And I'm wondering, Anka, when does your journey started?
Wow. 3 years ago, when I went to We Coach in Portugal, where we actually met, it was my first time doing something related to coaching, like on purpose. Before that, I only read about coaching. I was like, is it possible? What are these people really doing? I met a coach, but it was like a one-time conversation I had with him, and it just hooked me. Before that, I was into training and public speaking, and it was something that was not matching in me, because I don't only want to deliver something like I know it all, but stay in a conversation with a person. And that coach that I met, I think it was 2011, opened me up to something else. And from that, it was a journey, filled with amazing mentors, with wonderful books, with friends that I'm grateful for. Like we share this friendship together here, and a lot of self-discovery. It's not coaching. What I love about this and being in this profession is that it's not only about the client. It's also about my own journey, and as deep as I can go with myself, and how centered I can be with myself, is the same that I can bring in my clients. So
Absolutely.
I'm learning about myself with every conversation that I have, with every book and every situation that I put myself in order to gain experience and bring it in the conversation with the client.
That's so wonderful. I was wondering if you received some signs or if you have some indicators way before, like something also told you as a child before you even know what coaching is, like that there is something, and
I
it brings
always,
out something.
yeah, I always loved conversations with people. I actually have a background in computer science. As a student, I was very good at physics and mathematics. So I was amazed by what's possible in this world. I was like that kid, also always questioning, why is this a truth? Why do you consider this truth? And I was always bugging the teachers with questions, a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And I went with this calling for a while, and then I realized there's a gap in me where I needed more conversations with people. I loved that interaction with people, And this is where coaching fits me because it's going the extra mile, going to the limits of humans and staying in a conversation with somebody, which is, for me, it's fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely. This
think-
this is wonderful. Like they want to understand what's there, what else is there, how
Exactly.
things are related, and
Tell
and
me
then
about
bringing this
you.
curiosity to the people.
Yeah, I'm curious about you also. I don't know if I know your journey, like where it began.
Since I was born, I feel there's something strong in me, something that makes me unique or special. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's something I have to bring to this world. I feel when I was like 4 years old, I felt like I'm a warrior who returns from war. I don't know where's that coming from. Perhaps
Interesting.
from my past life, but I feel there's so much power, and I have this power in me. That's really how I felt as a 4 year old to. To be that hero and to fight for the good in life. I don't know. So so feeling emotions very strong in my body and in my being, I could also overreact on things, but I could get so excited and positive.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what friends often mentioned, that I'm so positive. Like I remember like once a professional skateboarder, my passionate favorite hobby is skateboarding, said, I'm the most positive man in skateboarding. I was like, wow. Another friend, I got this a checkout in a skateboard mag, they write about my when I was 18 years old, like about my positivity and my positive attitude. And I was like, what's that? And I have no idea. And then, okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps there's something to have a closer look to. And so I got into what means attitude, what's a positive attitude about it. I'm so inspired by learning and finding more out about what's there, what I can bring to the world. Perhaps there is something
Mm-hmm.
like energy, attitude. And so as more I heard about personal development and making differences that makes the difference, I get more attracted, like bring out attitude, energy, positivity. And so it comes close to related to coaching, to speaking, to all variety of things. I really enjoy conversations and listen and understand and enrich people. So that's what I love about coaching. Also,
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy sharing what I know and enrich by what I came across my past. I often read books and say, it's so amazing. Why didn't I know that before when I
Mm-hmm.
first started
Mm.
reading personal development books? There's so much knowledge in the world. How
Yeah.
comes that I didn't know that? So I found like as a speaker, trainer, it's also to bring something that enriches people out to the world. And I enjoyed it to go on, lead a seminar, lead a group, go on the stage, have a speak by sharing something for the audience, giving something. I can. It has also a bit of a rebellious character. Like I tell them the hidden knowledge. I tell them the hidden knowledge and enrich and empower. So all that brings me on this part of this journey where I'm really willing to pay the price for the.
Oh yeah, you painted such a beautiful, picture of yourself. And I remember when I first met you in Portugal, you were the exact my definition of a positive person. I was wondering where did you get all that energy to, be so present with somebody and also always see the positive in a conversation, in a person, in a discussion. You were so different. We were such a wonderful group, but I could see the person that you are, and we were attracted in some conversations to have some deep, interesting stuff there. And I love how we started this because I was thinking to start these videos with a beginning. It's a beginning of our journey with these videos, and I was thinking, what can we bring more about how we start? What is the beginning for us? What kind of feelings are there for you? So what can you share with us about beginnings in general, about you and how you start maybe a project or
Mhm.
start a conversation or whatever feels there good to share?
it's so interesting because the first impression makes somehow a different in many cases. And perhaps I also appear on the downside sometimes naive on the surface level. Like he always thinks positive, and he always is like. But there's a philosophy I really adapted and have deep inside me. Of course, the optimism is a strength, but I live by the philosophy that every behavior has a positive intent, and that people act in the best way they could in this given moment.
That's
So
so beautiful.
so I see a positivity in everything, even if something is not the right behavior, something is rude or mean. I believe that there is a positive intent, and this is how I look into the world, and starting like, what's the positive intent of the person? What's there? How to make and create a win-win situation? How like enriching, and by sharing and enriching, you grow by that. So two things come together. In this case, one and one is not two, one and one is three, because you enrich something by merging something and create something bigger. That's the
And
beauty.
that's a great point there, because it's a choice. The fact that you
Absolutely.
choose to ask yourself such questions, and it also helps you in coaching conversation, I'm sure. But it's a choice to ask yourself such questions, like, what is the lesson here? It's like I choose to believe that I'm on my, not on my own, but I am open to all the experiences in life that will make me grow. So I either choose to look at something with resentment and anger or sadness, or I can stop, breathe, and ask what's the lesson there? What I needed to be reminded in order to grow more. It's not about the other person or the other, part of the situation, but it's about me. So let's get centered and ask the right questions. And it's
Absolutely.
a choice. That was my point. It's a
Absolutely.
choice.
So I wonder, what choices are you taking when you start something, when you go to a new venture, meeting new people?
I think last year I discovered Danielle Laporte, which is she is an amazing woman, and she has this book called The Desire Map. And it was my first encounter with desires. There's a mantra she has, and I'm playing with it a bit. She says, like, my desire is my prayer. Being clear on how you want to feel, and start from there. Make it a filter for what you do in your life. Be that centered and so, empowered to come from that place of feeling in a way you want to feel. And this is a start point for me. Us, in our first brainstorming session for what to do with these videos, we got clear on what we want to feel during these videos, this journey. And we came up with fun. We want to make it easy and fun and really enjoy for us. We wanted to serve, so to bring value through these videos into the world. And this is one of my core values also. With whatever I do, I want to serve and be helpful in this world. And we wanted to stay in contact with our curiosity. It's not about knowing it all. It's about coming from a place of what's possible. Let's see. I don't know, but I'm so keen to see what can be possible, right?
I loved it. I loved it. What I particularly like is you start something with how I want it to feel, and it really confirms that we can choose our state.
Yes.
And Viktor Frankl kept it in such a positive way. Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, to choose its own attitude in any given set of circumstances.
Exactly.
Whatever it takes, whatever you lose your last shirt, you still have your attitude, and you still can choose your attitude. It's not that it's easy, but by this is what I want to feel, this is what I want to perceive. So it's easy when like two exciting folks like us came together. It's like, oh, so excited about you, Anke. Okay. And when something is more challenging, difficult, then it really takes our attitude to, oh, I'm willing to give that a chance, to find out the positive intent. And something really, really strongly enriching was I grew up very optimistic, but at some point I denied pessimism, all this negative people and negative self-doubt. Leave me alone, leave me away, and this is not my thing, and it kind of isolated me, and it doesn't bring out the whole true and peaceful unit in me.
Wow.
And I realized it's interesting when people are different than me. And if people are more, I don't know, conservative, if they have different worldviews, or if they're pessimistic, I'm now curious. I want to know what's there, what's possible, how can I get along, or find what do I have with that person in common. And I actually really enjoyed the difference in people. I would miss something if everybody would be the same. I love if people are different than me, and I find it very curious, like, what does it take to become a friend with that person? What does it take to be me and enjoy the difference in the other person? What can a sponsor? Of course, I don't agree with all, and I perhaps don't agree with a lot of things, but there is something positive in all persons I could relate and feel the basis on.
Yeah, that's a great point
Related?
that you made, that the fact that it's not about rejecting something, and it's not about labeling things as good or bad, but it's more about experience and integrating and be curious of, how life it manifests in whatever form is still life. And I think it's a great thing. It's a great question to maybe to end our video today with this idea that we are in charge of our decisions, and we make a choice each and every moment of who we are and what attitude to have. So my questions, maybe for people watching to this, is what choice do you take today? What choice do you have to take to be your highest self? What can you choose today in order to be your highest self?
That's a wonderful thought. A wonderful thought. I think we all can take in this day and see what's possible in this day. What's possible?
Yeah, I love that.
What makes a difference today? How can something better or higher come out with the given day we are in today?
Yeah. It was, as always, wonderful talking to you, and we are like sparkles of ideas. I know we are going to be like this, so don't expect us to be like very structured with things we want to say. It's a conversation we could have at a drink in the park or somewhere, but we chose to have it like this because internet makes things easier, and share it with you. And we are both very creatives and very bubbling in ideas and connections, so the videos are going to be like this. I hope you enjoyed our conversation today.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here.
I love that, like, you're in Romania, I'm in Austria, and now we need to find a way to put this on hold on, keep that sparkling for the next episode, and start where we ended here today.
Yeah. And it's going to be a journey. We are going to learn, and we are going to have fun and serve. Thank you for being here today, Gary. Hope you have a wonderful, full of possibilities day ahead of you.
I thank you, Anke, and I thank everyone out there who get something out of that.
Yeah, bye for now. We'll hear again next week.
Bye for now.